What is up, everybody? Thank you all for hanging out with us. This is Freq Boutique number 49, which, if you're counting, that means 4 years of Freq Boutique. 4 years of straight performances every single month. Freq Boutique is a monthly modular synth party, and we basically, it's kind of like a open mic night. We showcase performers from all over. We started in Denver, Colorado 4 years ago at a lovely little bar called Fort Greene. And in March of last year, when the whole pandemic situation arose, we moved to online. Since then, we have had performers from all over the world. It's been really cool. But for this 4-year anniversary party, we decided that we would do something a little bit different, and we would curate a show of people that you might have seen 3 or 4 years ago at a Freq Boutique live. So this is all about Colorado, whether these people either live in Colorado or lived in Colorado a few years ago and were a part of bringing this party to life and kind of inspiring what it is now. I can definitely say that we would not have been around for more than 1 year if it weren't for all of these people, let alone 4. And now all of you, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Everybody that's ever performed a Freq Boutique, everyone that's ever watched, thank you so much. This has been super cool, super fun for me, and a very inspiring experience for myself, and I know for others in the community. It's been really cool getting to know all of you in the community and getting to grow the Freq Boutique family. And we're just excited to bring this show to you and kind of show you a little bit of what Colorado is all about and what you may, and again, like what you might have seen 3 or 4 years ago when we were just getting started. So don't go anywhere. We have an awesome show lined up for you. We've got 12 performers. We're cramming them in there. We're going to do 10-minute sets and 5-minute Q&A so we can all just learn a little bit about each other's sets. And we'll just get right into it. So without further ado, our first performer is Mike Thomas. Enjoy. Very nice. Hello. Yeah, that was super awesome. Mike, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
No bad echo.
No echo. It sounds great. I got lost in watching the actual YouTube, so I might be late to saying hi to you. But
hello, Alex.
Yeah, hello. It's good to see you. It's so good to hear you play music.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Not enough these days. I know it has, in more ways than one.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody, this is Mike Thomas. Mike was a huge part of the beginning of Freq Boutique. You played a bunch of sets. I don't remember when your first one was, but you definitely played a lot of the smaller events and the growing events. So you were a part of a lot of the beginning times where there was only maybe 10 or 15 of us, and got to watch it grow along with the rest of us.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And we've seen you play a variety of different systems. We've seen you play a Sputnik system, maybe an all verbose Eurorack system.
I had a verbose set up for a while. I don't know if I ever used it at Freq Boutique though.
Yeah, I don't know either. But we've seen you play a variety of Eurorack, and then you started bringing the Buchla right before you moved.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I don't know if it's grown, but it seems like you've really figured it out.
Yeah, I think the one that I brought to the Freq Boutiques was basically missing this row. So it was 2 rows and 5 units each row. So it was a little smaller.
That's right.
But still effective.
Yeah. So I'm curious how many voices you had, like total.
Not very many. It was really, I mean, if you count noise, and that's kind of a very commonly used trick, but I usually kind of transition from one thing to another, but I don't really count it. I had one oscillator for the lower tones, another one for the higher sort of harmony or the interwoven tones, the guitar sounding tone in the last section.
Yep.
And then the melodic stuff I played on the Bird here. Okay. That was actually a Buchla version of Elements.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So so the plucky stuff, or the thing you were playing, was that's a Elements that's imported over.
Yep, that's right.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, and I have the controller here set up so that near the bottom of the keys, I don't know if people will be able to see it. Near the bottom of the keys, it's more plucky, and then as I sort of push up, it changes some of the parameters to make it more breathy and give it more sustain and make it brighter. So that lets me do some expression.
That's cool. And is that wirelessly communicating with a module that's in there?
No, it's not as cool as I wish it was. It's definitely got a cable here.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a typical
ribbon cable.
10-pin, ribbon. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just didn't see it. I mean, at least it's flat, so it kind of goes under the case and is hidden.
Works out all right.
That's awesome.
It is. Yeah.
And then, so like, what was the kind of like drummy, like the drum stuff? Is that just like noise through a low pass gate or something?
No, that's another cheat. That is a Buchla version of braids, but it's a dual braids. It's over here.
Okay.
And it kind of lives in kick and snare land.
Okay.
And
cool.
I was using I don't know how to say it. I think I'm going to screw the French up. The Tom UT, the Temps Util.
Yeah, right.
Module for doing.
I never knew that was French.
I guess, I don't know. That's a guess. It looks like it.
Well, it's always called it the Temps Util. So yeah, it shows what I know.
So, well, the point is what it does, So cool. I have that set up to Euclidean rhythms and then some logic on one of the other channels. So it's using the rhythms of the other 2 channels to determine what pulses to play on the other channel.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. That was a great set. Sounded really good, and it's just so good to have you back.
Yes, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, and it's really good to see you guys again. Too bad we can't do it in person, but we will someday.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about it. We'll figure it out. It'll happen.
Cool. I'll be in. If I can at all, I'll be there.
Right on. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Freq Boutique 49. Yeah, I mean, just so cool that we have made it this far. Obviously, I could not get everybody on this bill that I would have liked. There are so many people that are integral and instrumental to this party and just to this night. And I just want to, again, thanks to everybody who has played. And if I didn't get you on here, I'm very sorry about that. But, sign up and we'll get you on the next Freq Boutique. And, yeah, we're just going to keep rolling. Up next, we have someone who is also very instrumental in this party still happening. Monoscene has been a huge help. He is the person running the stream. Currently, he's been running the stream for the past year, and even before that, when we were in real life at the bar, he was doing the streams and helping me out there, doing anything he could to help me make sure that the party went off. And yeah, just huge thanks to Monoscene, who is going to give us a set up next. So don't go anywhere. Give it up for Monoscene.
destroyed. Matter cannot be created or 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 destroyed.
I was muted. That was awesome. Give monoscene just a second to switch over his setup. But yeah, I mean, wow. I'm in the same boat as y'all. Everybody in the chat, that was amazing. What's up?
Hello, hello.
That was awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Oh, it was so good.
Looking
I would even say it rocked. Get it? Because you have rocks on the table?
Uh-huh. I
Yeah.
see what you did there.
Yeah, I mean, you're still the only person that rocks the rocks instead of the plants, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I tried the plants. I think I had a little plastic plants once. But then
Yeah, and people know, too, dude. They're like, that's not real.
No, it was a real fake plastic one, so that's
Yeah.
not. But yeah, the rocks are just. Somebody said they're like inspiration rocks. I like that.
Yeah.
They're just. I always put them in the shot, and they do good things. So.
Oh, I love it. It's awesome. The vocal looping, was that all happening in Morphogene, or where was that going on?
Morphogene and DLD, dual looping delay.
Okay.
So I feed everything into Morphogene, then from Morphogene, one channel into clouds and the other channel into the DLD.
Okay.
So I have to switch over which one I want to target on the Morphogene, but maybe with a mixer or something like that, that would be a little easier. But it's a limited case, so. But
Right.
yeah, that was the DLD, the vocal looping DLD. The Morphogene did some looping at the end, but the main looping was the DLD.
Cool. And then are you using like sends and returns on your Mackie mixer to get in and out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so the Mackie mixer has a the reverb is in one aux send, and then the aux send is a send into the Morphogene.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it sounded great. What was the bass voice? Or like the kind of main melodic.
Yeah.
Spectrum through the filter 8 or something?
Spectrum, filter 8, fold 6, your analog, fold 6 wavefolder.
Cool.
And then the beat step was modulating the filter, and then the velocity was modulating the fold 6. And then various things on the filter. So I could, muting different sequences on the beat step, I could just take that sequence, a little more modulation, add to it.
Right. Yeah, it had such like a organic feel to it. For it being a relatively subtractive voice with a wavefolder, it sounded super organic, and yeah, I just really loved the way that sounded. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the other thing is I went out of the filter 8. I had a bandpass in there that I could mix that in, so you could add a little bit of different timbre to it.
Oh, okay, nice. That's cool. So with that, you're what are you mixing with when you're doing that?
Basically, so the dual looping delay has a send and return.
Right. Okay.
And so one trick that I do is I basically use the return. The return bypasses the internal mix knob of the DLD, so you go straight into the loop with the return. So if you
Right.
put an attenuator in front of it, you can basically mix additional signals into the loop
Okay,
using
nice.
an additional input.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
So not using the send, nothing's coming out. I just put more in through that return.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a great idea. Yeah, someone in the chat said the same thing that I was going to say. The kick drum coming from the digitone sounded just really cool, and it was kind of nice that it just kind of gave a rhythm, even though it may not have been perfectly like aligned, but it still like I still felt like it was, and it just kind of gave me a sense of rhythm, and that was a cool touch. And yeah, man, I loved the set. The kind of melodic elements just really spoke to me tonight. So yeah, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
For sure. Well, thank you again, man. And thanks everybody for being here. Monoscene, amazing set. We have lots more performers tonight, so don't go anywhere. Again, this is Freq Boutique number 49, 4-year anniversary. A lot of you I know came directly, or kind of directly from the Modular World stream. They definitely have us beat on the amount of time that we were going to be streaming. That was insane. Huge round of applause to Jono for doing over 30 hours of a continuous stream. 130 amazing performers. It was a really fun event. And yeah, that was just so cool. So if you are not following Modular World yet, be sure to go check them out. He's going to keep doing more stuff, and they have people from all over the world playing really cool sets. But we're going to keep our Colorado party rolling. So the next person who is going to play also was a huge part of Freq Boutique. This person and I got to know each other really well throughout the past couple years. It's been super fun watching him grow, watching him try out different things, play different styles of music, different styles of setups. Yeah, Witchbutter now lives in Portland, but we still see him regularly as he comes to Colorado every once in a while. Was playing Freq Boutiques when he was coming out, and now that we're online, I don't believe we've had, I can't remember, I think we might have had one, but I don't know. So I'm going to have to ask him in the set, or after the set. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking. Up next, we have Witchbutter. Enjoy.
Winnie, women, unfrequented, unfrequented, unfrequented.
Yes. Cheers, everybody. 4 years. Insane.
I gotta do that echo cancellation.
Yeah, I think that should help. I was sounding super cool, though. What is up, dude?
You know? I'll come and see.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for playing. I'm really glad we got you on.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
That sounded so good, man. I really loved the set and really enjoyed just everything. I was just curious about maybe a quick little voice rundown of what you were using for like the melodic kind of voices.
It's actually relatively simple. I basically have 4 tracks, but 2 voices are on 1 track, which is Odessa, which is the plucky sounds through the natural gate, so it makes it more plucky, and I can open the gate periodically to get some more of the warble.
Nice.
I've got a simple saw voice that I've done on the R301 that I used as kind of like that top sound, like the upper register. And then just the Morphogene doing the chopped up voice sample. And then I used the TRES for the first time just to do the drums because it was simple and I had a problem with something else. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, cool. It sounded really great. I really like the idea of the synthesizer being a synthesizer and then using the drum machine to be a drum machine. I obviously am always using drums, and my modular is usually just pretty much a drum machine. So it's nice to use all that space for voices.
Actually, I forgot one thing. I did run some chords through the Cobalt 8 in here. So this is actually just a full-on digital synth.
Yeah, cool. How do you like that thing?
It's pretty interesting. You can do a lot of strange waveforms that you can't do with other units, and it's really simple and small. And the iPad app is really cool.
Nice.
I've been playing with it a lot, but trying to use it in a set is a little more challenging.
Yeah, for sure. That's one I want to try. It's definitely on the list. Seems really cool. And so yeah, you said the vocal samples; those were all just like reels in Morphogene, just getting chopped up in there.
Yep. It's from an old movie that I love called Sub Manhattan.
Okay, nice. And my last question was about your Model 1 mixer. And I noticed you had the DB25 coming out of the case, so I was wondering, are you going voices out of the case into the Model 1 via DB25?
Actually, yes, because my main sound card that I would have done all the routing in is broken, and I had to ship it off to get repaired. So I'm going straight into the Model 1 this time. And it handled it really well. It has tons of headroom.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that thing seems really cool. I think it seems really fun for a live performance, especially like kind of more of a hybrid between modular and non-modular gear.
Yeah, well, the coolest part about it is the filters and the boost cut sculpting piece.
Yeah.
You can really actually shape a mix. Like if you don't have any stereo panning at all, you can still get your mix to mesh nicely with that.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah. It seems like a great piece for DJing as well as for live. And then I've just been thinking, I was talking with Matt the other day about Love Cosmic Love about the DB25 and how it's super cool that it has the DB25 input. So if you wanted to, you could use something like our mixer, which obviously would be a little redundant, but you could use something like, are you using the Ladik one or?
Oh no, this is the NW2S.
NW2S, yeah, that's correct. Awesome.
And what I do with it normally, so this is like my big setup. I have a smaller setup over here that has the performance mixer still in it. But this one is designed so that I can run it into a bunch of like modeled compressors and fuzz things.
Okay.
Warm up the signal before I reroute it back into the mixer.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, cool.
But obviously that's not working on it.
Yeah, happens. Well, thank you again so much for playing. That was awesome, and really appreciate it, and can't wait to see you again in real life.
Yeah, man, I missed you guys. I miss Fort Green.
Yeah, for sure. We all do. And thanks everybody for being here. This is Witchbutter. Amazing set, and we're just rolling. We're just gonna keep on going. Do I have any things I want to say? Yeah. So just real quick, this is all live. Every one of our sets is a Freq Boutique. Everybody's playing live. We feel that the pressure of the live set really kind of just amplifies the performances and gives you a feeling that you may not get out of pre-recorded performances. And we love being here in the chat with you live. So yeah, that's about it. But stick around. We have so many more performers. I don't have really much to say. I'm just saying stuff. Up next, we have another person who has been around for quite a while, Diffusion. Stick around. Seriously insane. Oh, did someone get it? Someone got it. Oh, that's amazing.
Hey.
Yo, yo. Yo, so someone asked if this was a Shania Twain cover.
Huh. That's, yeah.
Detroit Bureau of Sound.
Nice.
They got it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what song is that? Because I don't even know. I couldn't figure it out.
It's That Don't Impress Me Much.
That's what it's called? That Don't Impress Me Much?
Yep.
All right, everybody, homework. We're all gonna go listen to that song by Shania Twain.
So there's two versions. There's
Two
an
versions.
A pop version and a country version. So heads up.
So which version did you?
Of both.
Okay. And then, did you use like a MIDI? Did you use like a MIDI track, or did you program that all?
I programmed the whole thing.
Nice. What? So is that all in the ER?
Yeah, it's all ER or 101. Yeah.
101. Nice.
101.
I never get those right.
Yeah. No. So.
Nice. That's so awesome. I was curious about the lead sound, but I can't explain it because there was one lead sound that was kind of like warbly, and it sounded like it might have had an LFO like hitting the delay on it or something. I don't know.
I mean, so I've got the Matrix Mixer routing effects.
Okay.
So, basically, you're probably hearing I've got one of the lines is running through a couple of Chase Bliss pedals. It's like phaser and flanger.
Okay.
So that's
probably what that was. That's super cool. What? And then so in the beginning you were doing some crazy shit with I think it was the fader bank. And you were turning up it was the whatever module is right next to the performance mixer in the middle.
Yeah, the fader bank. And
when you turned that up, you just had crazy modulation seeming to go kind of everywhere. What was going on? If you can explain that at all.
Yeah. So it started out with that kind of feedback from the reverb, and then I had a couple different LFOs into the Geiger counter, but I tried to tune it so that it was musically related to the notes that were actually going through it. But then I had the notes kind of sliding up and down a bit. So getting all those nice dissonant sounds, and then bringing in the chord beads.
Right.
So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, so cool. Like going from the transitions were great. The minor chord change part, key change part was just spot on.
Yeah, I'm so proud of that. I'm I know it's only 4 bars, but I gotta keep changing.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, man. Great set. Thank you so much for playing. First ever Shania Twain cover on modular. I'm just gonna say ever. I'm not gonna say on this performance. I'm literally just gonna say ever. You heard it here on Freq Boutique number 49. Everybody, Drift Diffusion. Thank you so much again for playing. That was awesome.
Thanks to monoscene for putting all the back end stuff.
For sure. And thanks everybody for being here. Wow. I'm like really kind of taken back by that. That was really cool. He told me that he was going to go for something like that, and I just very few words. That was just so cool. All right, so we're just going to keep on moving on. We had Drift Diffusion, and that was a wonderful set. And now we're going to go into another Freq Boutique classic. This is going to be Noise Diffraction. Damn. All right, it's over, everybody. We're just going to close up shop. That's enough. Wow. That was incredible.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me okay?
Of course.
Did you hear me when I said we're just going to close it? This is it. It's just over.
I appreciate
Wow.
that.
Dude, thank you so much. That was amazing.
That was fun. Thanks for asking me to play. It was really cool.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe the lineup tonight. So cool. So we'll just get right into the set. Actually, I have to turn this down. Hold on. That should help with the echo. So yeah, I was curious about the kind of arpeggio lead that was going on and what that was controlled by and what that might have been. Kind of sounded like, like it was running through a fast arpeggio but still doing a melody.
Yeah, so here, hold on. Let me turn down my audio here.
And the chat is just blowing up, by the way. This is insane.
Cool. Yeah, so I use MPC Live to control kind of all of my synths, including the modular. So I use that. I use the arpeggio in there to generate melodies that I find fascinating. And then I use clouds to accentuate those melodies or arpeggios to add like a delay that'll add like just an extra layer to it. Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. So this is kind of like one piece, right? Is like you'd say this is one song, or was this two songs?
It was like 3 songs.
It was 3 songs. I just got really obsessed with the last song, apparently.
Yeah.
So when you go through and do these, how many sequences are you using on the MPC? I guess that's my question.
Lots. So like I build a collection of sequences or songs, I call them. And I just keep building on those, and I'll add things, or I'll add like a new part, because a lot of times it'll just be one sequence going on repeat, and it gets boring. So I need to switch it up. So I'll change like the rhythm, or I'll change, key or something like that. And so I'll switch between sequences using the MPC Live. And so that big ass knob that I was turning, that's essentially what I was doing.
Right. And then, all right. So is everything in one project on the MPC though?
Yeah, it's probably a smarter way to do it. I just don't use the MPC Live that well. So
I literally don't think there is, and that's why I'm asking you that question.
Yeah, no, it's all in a single project.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because like that's kind of the issue I've been finding with gear that's not modular, and I mean even modular too. But it's like, especially like anything that's not the computer.
Yeah.
It's like. It's kind of hard to find something to play like a longer set.
Yeah.
However, MPC seems kind of the best of all those worlds, especially when you're using it as mainly a MIDI sequencer. But it does have quite a bit of memory, and then being able to switch through programs or use certain programs on certain songs seems like it's a good way to do it. So, but you're using the MPC. Are you using samples off of it too, or are you just using it as a
just using it as a sequencer? Yeah. So all the sounds you hear are all sounds that I've produced.
Right. And then the analog rhythm is your drums?
Yeah.
And that is that being sequenced by the MPC too, just using its sounds, or are you sequencing with it?
I sequence with the rhythm because I can't do the complex drum changes that I like to do unless I sequence separately. So I just use it to clock the rhythm.
Okay, cool. Oh man, my mind is blown. That was so awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Can't wait to hear more of it. Can't wait to get you back. And just so happy you were able to play. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, no, thanks again for the invite. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody, Noise Diffraction. Thank you so much, man. And thanks everybody for being here. Wow. I'm just taken back. That was so cool. But we're just going to keep on rolling. We've got plenty more performers, so don't go anywhere. I was just kidding about stopping, by the way. We are definitely not stopping because we're going to have some more mind-blowing experiences. I am absolutely 100% positive of that. So yeah, we're just going to keep on rolling. Up next, we've got a dude who moved to Colorado a couple years ago and really just immersed himself in the scene right away, and really thankful for this guy. He's taught me a lot. We've had a lot of good conversations, and He makes a really cool style of music that I don't feel like was very represented in the Eurorack community. So does some really unique stuff. Up next is Gerald Fjord. Stick around. Oh, just a little sneak preview. That was dope.
Hey.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Awesome.
Awesome set. Thank you so much for playing.
Thanks, man. It was really a pleasure to play. Like I said in the chat, it just feels like old times. When I first moved here, that was like pretty much the first thing I did, and that was the first time I ever played anywhere was Freq Boutique, so I appreciate it.
For sure. It's super cool to see people reminiscing about maybe the first time they played Freq or, just different shows that they may have played. And, yeah, the McDonald's.
Every time. It's right on the way out. It's facing you, the golden arches, 10:30 to 11 o'clock. You're like, got to do it.
Dude, so many times I'd roll out of Freq Boutique after tearing down and go to McDonald's to be closed. It's like 11:01 or something. I'm like, no. And yes, the McDonald's by the house is not, or by the club is not 24 hours, which is super whack.
No, it sure is.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the coming in, starting Freq Boutique, coming from like 8 or 9 people from mostly people from WMD. Then about like after a year, more people showing up. You started showing up, started playing some sets, and yeah, it's just like pretty amazing to think about the experience of maybe your first time coming to a Freq Boutique and just walking into one of these sets. I mean, it's so wild.
No, it really is. Like there was nothing like this in Austin when I was there. I believe they have some stuff now, but there was literally nowhere to play, nothing to do like that at all. So when I got here and saw you guys playing like that, it was amazing.
Yeah, we're just so blessed with talent too. I mean, it's just a good night every single night.
It really is.
All right, about the set. I wanted to ask one more thing. When you first started playing Freq Boutique, did you have the Frap Tools case when you first started playing?
Yeah, still got that right over here.
And what size is that? 128?
Yeah, it's right around there. I think it's 128.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking in the chat about the stuff you used to bring. Like one time I think you brought the big test equipment filter and some other stuff. And
yeah, I tried to, back then when we were doing it live, I tried to bring like one piece every time. I would bring the filter one time, I think a pedal board another time, and then that gave me way too many problems trying to plug all that in with the 5 minutes between sets. That's the good thing about live streaming is it's all set up.
I know, that's the funny thing about when we used to play and like everybody's first set, they just bring way too much stuff, and then it's like, okay, I got to learn how to like pare it down a little bit.
Right.
So yeah, what was the big controller that was kind of seemed to be going on there?
That's
doing everything.
The Soundwell deck DEK.
Okay.
I don't think it is a controller, and that's really all it is. It just lays it out for you really nicely. You can put it in certain keys. So this was G minor, so I set it in G minor. It does a lot with Ableton, but I don't even have Ableton. But it can like start and stop and like hit what do they call their little like
clips
samples,
and stuff.
clips. Yeah, clips turning on. But for me, I like to play it because it's just a visual representation of the octaves and where everything's at. And so for that was just controlling the peak, and so that's just that one voice being controlled by that.
Nice. Okay. Cool. And then maybe just like a quick little rundown of some of the voices and controlling going on in the Euro rack.
Yeah. So I had 3 voices in the rack. I had Surface, which was kind of the main generative melodic sequence in the back. I've been getting a lot into not using actual sequencers to like sequence specifically, rather using a generative, and I'm using grayscale permutation, which is like similar to a Turing machine but a little bit different. And I've been running that through Symphonian, and then I got the Bird Kids Raven as the bass. Using a sub bass on that, running through 100 grit to give it a little bit of distortion. I think through another filter, 2 filters as well. And the last one was a Dove Audio WTF oscillator, and got tons of modulation going on with that, and running that through, I think, Mimophone, a couple filters. One of them is going through Magneto, can't remember which. and then I have the drums are grids controlling. They're actually I don't know if you saw my Instagram a while back, but I used this thing
Oh yeah.
to basically make my own drum samples layered with other drum samples, and then I have that running through Overseer and Muscle.
Nice.
And so that's when you heard it kind of filtered out and then brought back in.
And those are sampled in a simulator.
In a simulator, yeah.
Nice.
And then sequence just using grids, mainly because my Poly and Sec crapped out on me. That's why I hit you up. I need to get a Metron.
Oh no. Well, yeah, they will be. We're working, guys. We're working on them. I'm not gonna say soon, but they're definitely coming.
Cool.
And I'll say soon. They're coming soon.
Oh yeah, and then the other thing, just so you know, I was doing the. This is the Von Gogh Paragraphs, which is a filter pedal, but it's got all these really cool features on that. So that's when you heard all that kind of ramping up and down of what I was playing on here with one hand, and I was controlling it on this hand to really give it those sweeping, pulsing feels.
Cool. And that was on Peaks?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Well, again, great set.
Thanks.
Just sounded great, and it's cool to see where you're kind of going with it. The more generative stuff just sounds great, and I really appreciate that. I feel like that's something I'm getting more and more interested in, the more I get into Eurorack, so it's cool to see you exploring it too, man.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. It's really a pleasure.
Of course. Thanks again for playing. Really appreciate it. Gerald Fjord, everybody. And again, thank you all so much for being here. Wow, this has just been such a cool night, and I'll say it a million times, I know. But I'm just really having a great time, and I hope that you are too. Make sure you pour yourself a beverage and get yourself some snacks, because we've got plenty more performers happening. If you would like to play a Freq Boutique, you can sign up to play at ColoradoModularSynthSociety.com/Freq Boutique sign up. And that is where you can basically, if you have a streaming setup, you can sign up to play Freq Boutique. The only real requirement is that you have a modular or semi-modular synth in your rig, and that you have a streaming setup with direct audio. That's pretty much it. How it works is we do signups monthly, and then about a week before each show, I'll go through and randomly pick 6 performers, and then you'll get an email if you're going to play. And if you do not get picked, then your name stays in the pot. You can even sign up another time to double your chances for the next month. And yeah, that's how we go. That's how we do it. So if you want to sign up for Freq Boutique, make sure to do that. ColoradoModularSynthSociety.com/Freq Boutique sign up. And up next, another, this person, man. Not a stranger to the Colorado modular scene, not a stranger to the modular scene in general. This is Sine Mountain. Sine Mountain has been a huge force in the modular scene. As soon as I met Sine Mountain, he started bringing in, he started getting involved in the Colorado Modular Synth Society and just really taking hold of that, making events happen, making really cool stuff happen, making partnerships between the Colorado Modular Synth Society and WMD and Freq Boutique and all of the amazing things. So great person in the scene, and we're just really happy to have them playing. So up next we have Sine Mountain. So Sine Mountain is muted, and we're trying to get his attention so we can get the audio for this set. Man, the plant bomb was going to be really good. It was going to be hilarious. But, the fact that we couldn't hear just made it what it was. So we are going to be calling him and texting him and trying to get his attention. And sounds like we are good, everybody. So let's try this again. Sine Mountain, make sure to put that plant back. We're all just going to forget what happened. And up next, we have Sine Mountain. Stick around, everybody. I'm still listening to it over here. Got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Dope. I'm still listening to it over here. Got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. Dope. I'm still listening to it over here. Got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Yellow. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. Dope. I'm still listening to it over here. I can't hear you. I think that's my fault, though. Got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Got it. It's my fault. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. Dope. I'm still listening to it over here. It was my fault. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think that's my fault, though. Yeah, got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Yellow. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. I'm still listening to it over here. It was my fault. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think that's my fault, though. Yeah, got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Yellow. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. I'm still listening to it over here. It was my fault. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think that's my fault, though. Yeah, got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Yellow. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. I'm still listening to it over here. It was my fault. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think that's my fault, though. Yeah, got caught out yet again listening to it on the YouTube. Yellow. Everybody, this is Sine Mountain. I'm still listening to it over here.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what I did. Did I do something?
Everybody, this is Sine Mountain.
Okay. It's like some kind of feedback loop. Hi, everyone. This is totally live, and this is what happens. No net. We said no net. So, this is what happened. Yeah, thank you, everybody.
There you go.
Cool, yeah. Can you hear me?
My bad. Yeah, it's all my fault, dude.
No, it's not. It's actually, it was like art, dude. It was dope.
It's just me.
Just
like, me literally getting lost in everything and then not having my monitoring set up correctly.
It was like some version of like the DLD. It's like layering, like every time we talk, it's kept on layering on the feedback.
It's so funny because I couldn't even hear that.
Oh wait, when you watch this again, it's gonna be like someone sampled that.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to delete that part because I feel so stupid.
No, man, it's okay.
Anyways, welcome to our sound art performance.
Yeah, that was more artsy than I expected.
Interview with Sine Mountain. I was really just trying to do the delay thing, and it just turned out crazy. So
I'm so sorry that I didn't realize I was muted.
No, it's all me, dude. You got muted in the beginning. I screwed up the end. We just crushed it. That was amazing. You and I right there. Anyways, I'm just going to get right to it. I do have to say real quick, someone mentioned in the chat how we met. And I figured that I had to share this story because it's pretty badass. Sine Mountain was, you were shopping at a pawn shop with a friend, or a friend found it?
Yeah, Josh. You remember Josh?
Yeah. Josh Powers and you.
He called me up.
He called you up.
I'm out here in Centennial, and he's up there in, I guess it's now the ballpark district. And he's like, "You won't believe what's here."
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, the day before that was my birthday party.
And you were just getting into modular at that point.
And I just talked to. I spent my whole birthday party telling Josh why I should get into Eurorack. Why everyone should get into Eurorack, and I didn't even own a single module yet, but I just talked to Zero. I was kind of a jerk to the rest of my friends now. I think about
But then Josh found a 6U Eurorack system in a pawn shop full of WMD prototypes.
Yeah, and right? I think so.
Yeah, it was like it was maybe a Metron prototype.
No, it wasn't that early. No, the prototype that was in there that was totally told me two things was the DB25 and the Chimera.
Oh, yeah, okay. And so then David hits us up on the email being like, "Yo, did someone have a bad day and sell their system at a pawn shop? I hope that's the case because I'm going to buy it. But if not, I think if someone had their case stolen, I just want to let you know it's at this pawn shop. And just a few weeks before that, a person that works at WMD had their case stolen out of their car, and that's how he got it back. Crazy story. And then you just became a huge staple in the community.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was
just
kind of one of
like
those things. Yeah, it just felt like. I mean, you know, I'm not really into like fatalism or anything like that, but I did feel like the stars were aligning. You know, I was just like, dang, this is. I guess this is really happening. This is like I wanted to do this. I wanted to be a part of this. I had this crazy way of getting into it, meeting you all, and then I mean I've just always wanted to keep giving back to that. You know.
Yeah, so cool. Well, we thank you for it. In your set, what maybe just give me a run through of like a couple of the voices you were using.
So I'm only using one voice the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm on this kick lately, where I'm just trying to just use my small skiff here, and I'm on the double kick because not too long ago. Well, actually, it's not actually. I've been saying this for so long. In all the different meetups, like, oh, you need to like focus on just a few modules, all that kind of thing. So I kind of just been trying to practice that, and I just have a dust of time voice in here. Okay. And so what I've been doing sometimes is I've been trying to use my bitbox as a looper, so I can just looping. So like while I was playing, nice. I was looping and then catch it and then loop it. And so so then I do that, and then I'm splitting the voice with one of my early modules, the multi-mode VCA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I'm just pulling that one of the outs out of that's going into the Super Ego pedal, which is like a freeze pedal.
Okay.
And then it has a routing. You can route out of it, and I have that going through a ultra wave by Source Audio, and that's technically a distortion tremolo pedal, but I haven't figured out how to get the tremolo to work yet because I just got it about half an hour before the show started. But I did figure out how to do the distortion, which is I'm kind of into right now. So totally. It's distorting that and then mixing the level, and then there is a tremolo in the Super Ego, so I'm adding a little bit of that. And anyhow, so that's one route, and then the other, then I'm splitting that voice again to loop a few things, and then that goes out of the bitbox into the reverb pedal. And I'm just adding feedback into that. But yeah, I've been just like trying to like focus on just doing like one oscillator.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about, you know, people bringing huge cases, and at one point you had multiple skiffs that you were bringing, and then you got the bigger case, and now you're kind of back down, but just to one, not like four. Yeah. And a DJ mixer.
And a DJ mixer, which I almost every once in a while I want to bust that thing out because that was really fun.
I mean, I look at DJ mixers on the internet like at least once a week. I'm like, I'm just gonna get one.
So
What were you using on your right hand outside of the skiff? Is that a Launchpad Pro or a Launchpad?
Oh, so I'm using the 512 as an interface for the keys. So that's the little the little thing. So
Launchpad Mini?
Yeah, it's a Launchpad Mini.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I had one sequence on this for a second. I plugged in a sequence this morning. Cool. I've actually I wrote this patch like 7 times. I had 3 different versions of this, but it's all the same idea.
Okay.
And then I had kind of a rough couple days, man. It's been kind of dark clouds on old Sine Mountain lately, and so.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
But I've been trying to get in touch with the system, so that I can kind of vibe out on that stuff. So, yeah, I ended up kind of writing this kind of like scary movie motif. I think as I was wearing a T-shirt that had like a skull on it, and I was just kind of feeling kind of bummed, and I was just like, I'm just gonna write a scary movie.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do, man.
Yeah, so
I think
But I'm
we
glad
all
to be
make
here.
music out of that. You know, got to have that musical therapy.
oh, seriously, yeah. I mean, the community's therapy. This has been amazing. I mean, I think everybody who's had the opportunity to play Freq Boutique knows that feeling of when you get picked to when you play and all the butterflies you have, and then once you get there and it's like a safe space and you have all these great people, and Alex Ural was so awesome to everybody and so supportive, and it's just, I think it brings a lot of people so much joy and on something that's super scary to do. So,
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what this is all about. It's all about making it less scary, making it more about fun, and just all about the support.
yeah, totally, man. Appreciate it, man. So happy 4th anniversary. Next time, if I see you, we'll get birthday cake shots and drink them off our belly buttons.
Oh, yeah, dude. I haven't had one of those, and I don't even know how long.
Totally, yeah.
I did do a belly shot off of one of my friend's belly, though, one time. A full-grown man with a hairy belly button. Not advised.
Yeah,
Not advised. I will not do that again.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for playing again, man. And really great set. And can't wait to get back together and party when we can.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing everybody else playing tonight. It's been so amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. Much love to you. Peace.
For sure. Thanks, man. And up next, we're just going to keep it rolling. We've got up next, we have Paul City. So don't go anywhere. So dope. Despite the internet problems, it doesn't matter. That shit was
Did it cut out a
good.
couple times there?
Yeah, we had a couple cutouts.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been having internet problems. It's been going out like, 10 times a day, it seems like, so
Dude, yeah, sorry, man. That sucks.
it's all good. I mean, I'm glad to be here. Definitely grateful. Miss all you guys.
Yeah, dude, we miss you too, man. Thank you so much for playing. That was awesome. I mean, it sounded great. There was only a couple times, and I think we might have missed one drop, but, it's how it goes. So, yeah, people are curious about the bass sound. Was that all? Is all the bass sound coming from the Minitar?
Yeah, all the bass is a Minotaur. And then I just got the Rostrum Trident, so that was like the FM voice.
Oh, sick.
Using the Digitac for all the sequencing, and so I have the Mutant Brain, which is sending volts per octave to that, and then I'm using the Javelin to send gates to, and then I got that going through that Doper SDM filter, and then through the noise engineering Dismodus Versio. So that's been a pretty.
Tell me more about the Trident.
I just got it, so basically I was just doing kind of like one simple patch, running FM like a saw wave into a square wave, and then I've been just kind of playing with it. I'm not even exactly sure how everything works. I'm really pretty new.
Totally. Well, it's super cool, Paul. I wanted to have you a part of this celebration. Coming from, attending Freq Boutique and just kind of like seeing it, and then being like, getting some hardware and starting to mess around with music, and then being like, I think I'm going to play sometime, to getting your first, semi-modular synth, starting to play, to where you are now. It's just been so fun to watch you grow and make the music that you want to make.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, I never made music until Freq Boutique, and just like David said, it would be just like a scary kind of experience without having our community. It's just been awesome to learn about stuff and to start buying gear, and I'm so grateful for everyone.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, thank you so much for playing again, man. Really appreciate it, and can't wait to throw a real party and maybe, have a dance party.
Yeah, me too.
Paul City, everybody. All right, so this next performer is this person came to Freq Boutique, I believe, by chance, and was just at the bar drinking and was hanging out, and knew one of the bartenders, and so he came and was hanging out, and was just at the bar having a good time, and then turned around and saw all these people bringing in modular synthesizers, and was like, what the hell is going on? I like modular synthesizers. And so we met that night, and then I hassled him to play for a couple months, and then he started playing. And he definitely holds the record for the absolute most attentive sets in the bar environment. I mean, every time he plays, everybody stops talking and starts listening, and it's always a beautiful moment. We're just going to keep this one rolling. Up next, we have Memorybell. And there it is. You can tell why the bar just shuts up and listens whenever Grant plays. I do the same thing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Doing great. Thanks so much for playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Can you turn on the echo cancellation?
Is that better?
Yes, so much better.
Excellent.
Wonderful set. Thank you so much for playing. That was great.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So what were maybe just a quick little rundown of the voices? I feel like I didn't hear as like the normal voices in your set, so I'm curious.
Yeah, I've been. Well, I spent the pandemic working on a bunch of like more studio focused things rather than live things. So I've been using samples a lot more. So this particular piece was based on Platts, going into Rainmaker, going into Alter, and there's like 5 different versions of kind of the same thing, and they're all overlapping, being triggered by the stereo triggered sampler, and then
Okay, nice.
that's getting sent around to elements, 2 elements, and then Rainmaker again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And yeah, I mean, I was telling the story earlier, but that's how we met, right? That's how you got involved with Freq Boutique, right?
Yeah, I was friends with Haley, the bartender at Freq Boutique, from the job she had before that one, and she was like, "Oh yeah, come check out my new bar." And I was chatting her up, and was like, "Yeah, I'm getting into this weird like synth stuff, modular synth." And she's like, "Oh, there's this night that just started. You got to come check it out." And I think it was Freq Boutique, like the second one.
Yeah.
And I was just watching you guys, like, blew my mind that it was like a whole live scene dedicated to this weird thing that I had just discovered and gotten into. Yeah,
So
like you
cool.
said, you encouraged me to play, and it took a few months for me to get the nerve up, but then I did, and I hadn't performed any kind of music live for several years, and so I was pretty nervous, but it was such a great community of people, and yeah, it was a great place to get the jitters out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for playing. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And yeah, everybody, this is Memorybell. I can't wait to get back together, Grant. Can't wait to
I
hang
know.
out.
It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I'm super excited.
For sure. All right,
Cool.
Thanks again for playing, man. And thank you all for hanging out with us. We're just going to keep rolling. We're running a little late, so I'm just going to push on through to the next performer. Up next, another awesome staple of our scene, plays lots of events all over, has played all over town, also has been featured on many different Synth Society streams and things like that. Give it up for the Aefonic. Wow. So good.
Just one second, man.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Should be able to hear me, I think.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, man, that was so good, Brian.
Thank you. There was a little bit of improv in there.
That's what it's all about. It's Freq Boutique.
It is. I changed the whole beginning like about 10 seconds before I started it, so that was cool.
Yeah.
I was just telling Helen the coolest thing about modular is you're not fixed, are you? You can do whatever you want.
No, exactly. I mean, I'm super inspired by everybody and what they're doing, and my set will not end up being what I thought it was going to be at all.
In a good way, probably, Alex. I've seen you play, mate. It's never a disappointment, ever.
Well, we'll see about that. I do have a little bit of an echo going on. Am I going through your speakers?
Yeah, I think. Hang on a second. I can probably change that. Right. Has that sorted that out? No.
It's still there.
No, it hasn't. It's because I'm listening. One second. I just need to put headphones on.
It's not that big of a deal. It's not that distracting. But if you got
It's okay, I've
headphones,
got it
we'll
now.
take them.
That should sort it out, hopefully.
Yeah, so much better.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
No, I can't hear you now.
Oh, you can't hear me now.
No, hang on. There we go.
Whatever. We'll deal with the echo.
Oh well, we'll just have to deal with the echo. I'm afraid. Sorry.
That's totally fine. No worries. Man, that was just so much fun.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun to play. I've not done very many more up-tempo things recently, so I decided I wanted to do something a little bit faster.
Oh yeah, and I love the bass line. Just like, is that like a 4-step sequence or something? Just a real short sequence for the bass?
No, it was way more than that. Well, it depends which bass line. There's actually two. There was one like a throbby thing, and yeah, that was like 4 steps. But then there was like a very complicated bass line towards the end.
Okay.
Probably a little bit too complicated, really. But anyway, I liked it, so I stayed with it. You know how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And then were you using the Soma drum machine?
Yeah, the Pulsar was. Do you know at the beginning there was quite a lot of drum sort of action going on with echo and stuff. That was all Pulsar being played live.
Okay,
it was really man, such a cool machine. I wanted one for such a long time, and it has not disappointed me. But yeah, I had all of that playing via MIDI, and then going back into my computer, which is where the effects were, and then the little fader fox that I'm playing essentially is playing the effects that I'm using and also triggering the MIDI patterns that I'm using for the drums and so on.
Okay, cool. So you do have some stuff going on in the DAW, and then
yeah.
But and then are you mixing also, like bringing levels in and out with the fader fox?
Yeah, absolutely. It basically it can trigger. I don't think I've got any samples in the DAW. No, I don't think I have. I just simply use the DAW as like a mixing capability and an effects box. So everything goes in there, then it comes back out again, back into the rack actually via the ES9 that I've got here, and then so the fader fox allows me to trigger various MIDI samples, but also the rotary control allows me to control the volume. So yeah, I can take things in and out, as I feel appropriate. It's really good.
Yeah, your talk at the last Colorado Modular the Rocky Mountain Synth meetup was excellent, and I learned a lot about the fader fox.
And as I said at that time, the best thing about it is it's tiny. Yeah. So many of the MIDI controllers are so big and they sort of don't fit my setup here. But this is so small, you can sort of, I could imagine when we're down at Fort Greene, I can bring that down. It's not really a problem to bring it and use it.
Right.
That's what I'm planning.
Nice. And maybe just real quick, like what were let's just talk about pads real fast.
Yeah.
Where are those coming from?
That's how the whole thing started. There's actually 2 string pads. They were created in Captain chords because I'm not very good with musical sort of skill, as it were. So I created them there, and one of them comes straight out of there. It's just the sound that they use, and I just loved it. And then the other one was a different pair of chords, but with Omnisphere. And as you know, Omnisphere is pretty much my favorite softens. It's almost the only one I use, frankly. Yeah. So that was that.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's where they came from.
Well, thank you so much for playing, Brian. That was just awesome, and I can't wait to make a party happen.
Yeah, well, I'm ready for it. We're coming out of quarantine next week. I think we're all clear here in like a week's time. So, believe me, we're having a party, and everybody's invited, as always.
I'm ready to go. Thank you to Helen for the awesome camera work.
Yeah. Did you see I had a whole video thing waiting behind me, and I turned it off. Instead of turning it on, I turned it off. So, sorry about that. You just got a big black screen behind me instead of this video that I prepared. Oh, well, things don't always go right, do they?
No, they don't, as we can tell from my crazy experimental talkback performance I did earlier.
All right.
All right, thank you again, everybody. This is the Aefonic.
Cheers. Talk to you later, Alex.
Sounds good. And thanks, everybody, for being here. What an amazing show we have had. We've got a couple more performers, so don't go anywhere. Up next, this guy works at WMD and designs all the digital modules. He is the reason we have so many cool sounds and great control in our modules. And he throws a weekly party online that you can watch on YouTube, the Vino Malo Friday Night Living Room Party. And that's a great place to watch him and Paul City play. And I'll just leave it at that. We'll talk more about it in the interview. Up next, we've got Vino Malo. Stick around. Super smooth.
Thanks.
No internet problems at all either.
Oh, lucky. That's just luck.
Yep. Everyone's blaming it on the dog. The dog was sleeping through the set or hanging out with Paul during the set, and nothing happened. So that's suspicious.
Yep, she has her phone somewhere.
Fucking dog and her phone. Never puts it down. Yeah, I think my favorite comment of your set was that you raised Gerald Fjord's electric bill by $300 with the power of your bass.
Oh yeah. You should hear what it's coming out of over here.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got the sound system over there. That's why it's the living room party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was that bass coming from?
It's a sample.
Oh, really?
You know, when you do the bass, you gotta keep it simple. That's the key. It's just like a probably a square or something meaty with all the meat filtered out of it. For some reason, that seems to work a little better than a pure sine, but
Yeah.
it's close to a pure sine.
Yeah, just something a little bit. I mean, I could hear it. I don't know if you know what notes you were playing, but I could hear it through like terrible speakers as well as good speakers. So that's like how you know it's good.
I have a quantizer that keeps it within a certain range. So I was like doing a lot of random sequences, but it never goes below the low F and never above like, I don't know, the E or something.
Okay.
I don't remember.
And what were you using teletype to sequence stuff?
Yeah, using teletype.
So how do you trigger like that to say I want a new sequence?
I'm just using the keyboard over here right now.
Oh, okay, cool. I was wondering what that was. I couldn't tell. I didn't know if you were playing that. Nice.
Yeah, just using basically one button on there, but that's just the way I've been practicing, so I left it like that.
Hell yeah. Right on. Well, it was a really great set. Sounded good and super fun. Appreciate you playing, Mason.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Can't wait to hear you.
For sure. And I didn't tell people, I didn't say earlier, but thank you for all your work you did, in Freq Boutique land before the pandemic. I mean, Mason and I would show up. We were the first to show up and the last to leave. He always helped me out setting up the PA, setting up the lights, and setting up the stream, doing all the weird stuff. And, yeah, I really appreciate it. It definitely helped this event be where it is now.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we got a bunch of people to thank when we all come back.
Yeah, 100%. Word. Thanks, man. Everybody, this is Vino Malo. And don't go anywhere. I'm going to disappear for a minute. Christoph's going to take over. And then I'll see you in a minute.
All right. That was awesome. Oh. Feedback. Great set, Alex. Oh, he's fading in. You are appearing.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Hello. Oh.
Yeah, sorry about the feedback.
No problem.
Anyways, hi everybody.
Hello.
Thanks so much for being here.
It's echoing.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can turn off that. Does that help?
There we go.
Cool.
Perfect. All right, that was awesome. Great set.
Thank you.
So, those lush synthesizer pad sounds, where did those come from?
A sample and assimilator, and I have no idea what it is.
Okay. That's cool. And then I want to ask you about the bass. It was like this whoop whoop kind of bass in the middle. Where did that come from? What was that?
Well, yeah. So like the assimilator is kind of my thing right now, and I'm just trying to do as much as I can with it. And I guess as far as the chords go, that was a stereo chord, and then going through an overseer, and then the overseer was the tilt was being modulated to try and give a stereo field kind of thing. And then the bass was probably just like a square wave bass sample, but then running through the carbon and the javelin. So I have two javelins, one enveloping the filter and then one acting as a VCA. And so those are kind of, so that's the bass line. And so it's just a slow attack, high resonance, kind of wubby kind of bass.
Nice. It sounded really good. Really good.
Thank you.
And then the percussion, was that samples or was it just the WMD drum line?
Yeah, that was all WMD drums.
Nice.
So that's all.
It's heavily modulated, right? It's. I have a Chimera, but it's like there was a lot of these little sounds in there that sounded like these like
a lot of that's
things falling on the ground. Fracture. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of it's fracture being like basically I just had like most of the time I had fractures tick input. And on Metron, it was sequenced to 16th notes, but like 25% probability. So it's just like randomly going to happen every once in a while, or happen. High probability of it happening on different steps. And then, yeah, just modulating the surface, the decay, and even the pitch, I think. And just really like just modulating everything in it. And then also modulating decay and pitch on Chimera to make a bunch of sounds. And then kind of like throughout the performance, I just like pulled patches out. Like I just pulled stuff out to like make it sound simpler. So I just took away modulation, like kind of throughout the set.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. So somebody in the chat was saying, hopefully this will get released somewhere.
It's right here, man. It's released. I mean, this was literally just like, this is a patch. This is really like as of a fleeting moment as you can get, I think, with patching. It was really just like I made the patch probably at 5:30 this afternoon, right before I logged into the stream. And like I said to Brian, I definitely had an idea of what I was going to do, and I didn't do any of it. So the idea was like, I was going to do this intro and then go into like a housey thing like I normally do. And I just wasn't feeling that at all. So I just let the beat stay chaotic and be weird. And I mean, I should probably start just releasing these things, but I don't have any plans to. I mean, they will be on YouTube.
Are you working on any new material?
Yeah, I have a lot of like studio stuff that I'm working on. So similar to what Grant said and other people, it's kind of, like quarantine's been pushing me to like write a lot of music, and I've been working on a new project worth of music that's definitely more on the ambient / IDM hip hop kind of side of things. It's definitely more like inspired by 90s electro and hip hop, which is like kind of been my jam lately. So working on figuring out a way to release all that stuff, hopefully going to start releasing that soon, and definitely have lots of Nasty Nachos recordings ready to go, but no dates set in place yet.
Well, we can't wait. We cannot wait to hear it.
Appreciate it.
Excellent. So, I'll disappear again and let you wrap up.
Well, monoscene, thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for tonight. This has just been crazy. And thank you for
sent you some wrap up notes too.
Oh, nice, cool. All right, everybody, thank you so much. That was Freq Boutique 49. Thanks for letting me play a set. Don't get to do that too often. And every time I play Freq Boutique, I just try and do something different. And hope you liked it. It was a lot of fun. So here we go. Sine Mountain has a new album. Plan to have a plan. I believe that's out now. So go check that out. That is he played earlier, and excellent record. Monoscene has the Data Cult audio pad is going to be on the Data Cult audio podcast this week, so make sure to tune into the Data Cult audio podcast. We have the Synth Society Summit coming up. This is May 21st through the 23rd. This is SoCal Synth Society and Colorado Modular Synth Society teaming up to do a sort of festival style stream where we get together, talk about synths, have some performances, really great things. So definitely check that out. Also, Memorybell has a new record out. Be sure to check that out. We put that in the chat earlier. And also the Vino Malo live stream, Vino Malo on YouTube, just Google it. And they do, him and Paul City are pretty much on there every single week, every Friday doing live stream dance party. So be sure to check that out. And if you want to sign up for Freq Boutique, if you want to sign up for next month's, we'll be going back to the online format. Go to coloradomodular.com/Freq Boutique sign up to sign up. Again, super low, super informal. Just come and play. And whether it's your first performance or your 100th performance, it's all about just hanging out with the community and supporting each other, and uplifting each other and just making cool music. So again, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks to all the performers. Yes, check us out at wmdevices.com for all the cool Eurorack modules, and on YouTube as well. We've got lots of videos teaching you how to use said modules. So we will be seeing you all very soon. We'll see you all next month. Thanks again. Peace.